guest tonight has starred in the films Metropolitan and Barcelona. He can currently be seen in 2 films, The Last Days of Disco and Mr. Jealousy. Please welcome Chris Eigeman. Now, Chris, we got to refresh people's memory because you came on the show in our first season.
Yeah.
And had the fortune or misfortune to be coming on.
Certainly had the experience.
Had the experience.
Of being with Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Zsa
Zsa was sitting here.
Zsa Zsa was the guest on before you.
Right.
Zsa Zsa moved down and stayed and continued. You couldn't get a word in edgewise.
And no one, like, this was the first time I'd ever done a talk show, and no one had ever told me, like, you actually had to fight to be heard. Like, you actually had to battle with the person sitting next to you for attention.
That's usually not the case.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't, but I was like, did I not read the pamphlet? Did I... What am I missing?
Zsa Zsa, just at every turn, was just... anytime you said anything, she'd jump in with,
right.
oh,
even
darling,
like
I
a little nervous
remember.
with you here, to be honest. Even you were sort of unhinged.
I'm very well behaved.
We put together, just to show people what the hell was going on, and by way of apology... Yeah,
this is just so bad.
A little video montage, quick one, to give you a rough idea. It doesn't do justice to what really happened, but take a look. Did you use a local crew for this show?
We only used a local crew.
Do you know that last
Heads up.
Watch out.
You know that...
Where were we? Oh,
I don't remember.
Screwed up your show by...
No, you didn't screw it up at all. People...
You know he has a very big success, this guy, a big sleep.
We're never going to find out.
Really underrated work, I think.
Brilliant actress.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. And damn good in Carolyn, too. It's really extraordinary acting.
Tell your host if he doesn't want me to say anything, I leave.
No, I want you to chat away.
Don't be so bitchy to me.
It's like...
It was amazing.
And we didn't show the part where she took me out into an alley and beat the crap out of me.
It was amazing.
With
All
her
I
feather
remember,
boa. Whang, whang.
and her big rings. All I remember is hearing my own heartbeat, that like bump, 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 bump. And then thinking, oh my God, I'm being torpedoed by Zsa Zsa.
But her hand kept coming into frame and going like...
And like grab hold of me, I know.
That was the part I thought was scary.
And then afterwards, I got a letter, like a week later, I got a letter that was clearly from, like, you know, Zsa Zsa Inc. or something. Zsa
Zsa Incorporated.
Right, something like that. And I was sort of hoping for an apology or even a, like, well, welcome to the big leagues, little boy, or something like that.
Right.
And instead what it was a letter from her makeup artist saying, really enjoyed you on the show, and I work with Zsa Zsa, and you need a good makeup artist. So if you're in the market, please feel free to call me. So apparently I got, you know, the piss taken out of me, and I looked like garbage.
I wanted to have her do a surprise cameo tonight.
You know, I was sort of concerned about the whole thing. Like,
I wanted to lower her, like, on some cables.
Is she still with us?
What?
Is she still with us?
Is she? I don't know. I mean,
on
sure.
the planet in
of course.
general.
Oh, yeah. And if she's not, we'll edit that part out. Now, you did something that would scare the hell out of me because I'm a Catholic who's very much ashamed of my body, and for good reason. You, in Last Days of Disco, did a nude scene. This is your first nude scene, right?
Yeah. Well, you're just going to drive people away from that theater when you say it that way. But, yeah, I did sort of my first real, like, she's naked, I'm basically naked scene, but it was with...
What's basically naked mean?
Well, this is like the thing in Hollywood. Women actually have to be naked. Guys get, like, a sock. You know, you get to, like...
So 1 foot is covered.
Right. So it's the whole ankle thing.
Fair.
Yeah, no, it's just reasonable. And in this case, it was the woman who was naked on top of me was Jade Barrymore, who's Drew's mom. And to me, that was just like me all over, to be under a starlet's naked mother. Which is like, you know, a miss is as good as a mile in a situation like that. But she was fantastic.
What was she? Was she comfortable?
She was great. She totally mustered me through it like a soldier. She was fantastic. And she, like... I was trying to be all, like, polite and...
Like a soldier.
Like a soldier.
All right, you!
I was, like, kind of trying to put my hands decorously on her body, and she's like, you know, it works a lot better if you just hold on to my ass. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I was like that, and she was on top of me. And then everything was going okay, and then we were about to roll, and I remember she put her breast just like this here, and the camera's over there. and suddenly, like, I felt like a lost little boy in a supermarket. I was like, all the oxygen went out of the room.
I know that feeling completely.
And she looked down at me and she's like, "You're not doing very well, are you?" And I'm like, I'm panicking a little. But she got me through it, and I'm really indebted to her.
That sounds so tense,
Yeah,
really.
it was
Breath here, camera there.
And also, you just meet her that day.
Right.
Like, hello, you'll be naked on top of me. You know, it's such an odd thing. It's such a weird thing to do for a living.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, in addition to these films, Last Days of Disco, which is a Whit Stillman movie. I really like his movie. I've not seen this one yet, but really enjoyed Barcelona and Metropolitan.
Great.
And you're in both of those.
I am, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just telling you, in case you're unaware.
In case I space. No, it's good.
Zsa Zsa will call you and reiterate all this stuff.
Right.
But in addition to those films, we should look for your new show. It's called It's Like You Know.
It's Like You Know. It's being done for ABC as a mid-season replacement, which is weird because it's like they gave us a big order to do the shows, like 12 of them, but we're in this awkward position of having to root for someone else's failure. To like
That's what
go
show
off
business
the,
is all about. What are you talking
I'm
about?
used to doing that in private, but now I kind of have to do it in public. Which
You
is
should
weird.
go to the sets of the fall shows and just stand there.
And look scornfully.
Yeah, just like, you know, you're going down.
Right. Oh, time's a wasting.
Oh,
until
that
you
wasn't
go.
too funny.
No.
Better get funny real fast.
All right. Can sweeten it up.
We're all evil. Chris Eigeman, continued success. Come on
Thanks
back.
for having
Thank
me
you.
back.
Yeah. We'll take a break, everybody. We'll be right back. You never know. All right, everybody. That's our show. And I do want to thank all my guests. Chris Eigeman, very funny. Thank you. Please come back. Also, Anna Gasteyer, thank you for being with us. And our thanks to Alan Alda for being on the show. Folks, coming up tomorrow night, Ben Stiller is going to be here, and musical guest, the Brian Setzer Orchestra. So check out that show. My thanks to Mr. Andy Richter, the Max Weinberg 7. Good night, everybody. Stay tuned for